brother.
Are we live?
We're live on TikTok. Instagram just crashed.
We're not live on Facebook yet.
Yes, we are.
It ain't showing me. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to mute TikTok. I can hear myself. How do I? This is gonna be annoying.
Oh, I can hear you too. Oh, because you have to have that other screen open. See if you can X out of that screen and it stays live.
Okay, hopefully.
So you got the starting soon thing, and we just chilling like this. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah,
just
we're
don't
gonna
spend-
start soon, and then we're sharing the live with everybody, and then we'll go. I muted that screen, so I don't have to exit.
But like while the starting soon thing is up, it's supposed to be showing all three of us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was
we're still
trying
live.
not to make it show us all three of us, but it was messing up because it was just showing Justin.
Why
Alright,
did it
put
like
on my-
only show Justin for a split second as you said that?
I'm putting on the auto tapper for TikTok because every 1,000 likes we get more viewers. So
I am
don't
about to
worry, I
share
won't do it on
this.
Facebook 'cause
Hey everybody, we got 2 people in here. Unless that's one of those is Justin.
what up? What up? One of those is gonna be me from TikTok.
Okay, you need to get off.
No.
Oh yeah, the
Just
other
gotta
one is
pretend
me on
like we don't
YouTube.
know which is which. Oh, also remember, since we're live on TikTok, we cannot say specifically what other platforms we're streaming on. TikTok.
Gotcha.
TikTok is even call it don't even like the purple thing no more. So just say we live across multiple platforms. All right, let's go. Let's get that intro.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. I'm sharing it to the youth.
Oh, that's right.
To the youth? Is that what you just
Yeah.
referred to the?
The youth.
Oh, he was
All
really
right.
referring to the youth.
Let's get the intro going. Nobody's in here yet though, except for y'all. Y'all are throwing me off with the numbers.
It'd be all right.
People gonna be annoyed by you doing this tapping stuff.
Not on TikTok. That's part of it. I'm not doing it on Facebook.
Your
Or that
mic
other
messing
app.
up.
I'm not doing it on that other app. Just on TikTok.
Alrighty. Let's get us started. I wish I could X my face off, but it's fine. Here's my favorite part of the day.
In the room like, who asked? Everybody mad at the truth, I just pass. I don't load the clip, I don't cock it back. I just carry what you ordered in the paper bag. If the mirror got you feeling kinda triggered, ain't my fault that the picture getting bigger. You can hate the words, you can hate the tone, but I ain't pulling nothing, I just read it off the phone. Don't shoot the messenger, we just speak our mind. You could take it, you can leave it, but the message still arrive. Don't shoot the messenger, blame the story, not the scribe. If the truth hit hard, that's pressure, but at least you still alive.
Alrighty, what the heck just happened to him? What happened? This man. First off, I told him to mute himself when I'm playing the video. He's still talking. And then, hey Faith, what's up?
Bro, the intro finished playing and he instantly disappeared. Just like, yeah, I don't want to do this.
It
I'm
said
out.
Justin's in the lobby. Should I let him back in? Should I reject him?
Yeah,
Shit,
yeah, let him back in.
Can I let him sweat a little bit for not leaving? I'll let him back in.
I'm back.
What'd you do?
My screen, like the last time when we had Zach on, my screen was black. I couldn't see what y'all were seeing. The only way to fix it is to go out and come back in.
Man, you gotta upgrade your setup. Computer
Probably.
can't. It's using a lot of RAM.
Or
But
my wife
anyway,
is upstairs streaming. If she playing Fortnite,
oh yeah.
I think.
But
we're good now,
anyways,
though. What
yep.
up, everybody?
Faith is here. We have somebody else here. I don't know if that's Derrick again or not, but we got some
Welcome
people logged in
back,
right now.
Derrick.
Yes, welcome back, Derrick. But let me start off by telling everybody welcome to episode 13. We are about, I would say, one more away from where we left off when we had Derrick. And so we went to episode 6. We went to episode 7?
7, I think.
With
yeah.
Derrick. Yeah, we went to episode 7 with Derrick. And then this will be our 7th episode as Don't Cook the Messenger. And so we are very excited to have y'all here. It's going to be a great episode. We're going to hear lots of beautiful stories, sometimes heartfelt stories, depending on how we're going to tell it, but of our testimonies and how God called us to Him and how we were called to salvation. And we're also going to play a fun game of Headbandz as well. So we're gonna show you who our person is, and then we're gonna guess each other's person, hopefully real person, as Derrick had to fix his, and we made sure Justin picked somebody from the 21st century,
Come on, bro.
so that that everybody likes, that
I picked
somebody
something-
everybody knows.
I picked somebody from both generations that is really popular. So
Here we go. It's somebody who he thinks is popular, but is they
no,
actually
they're an
popular?
actual popular person.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But we're happy
I
to
can't
have
stand either
our.
one of y'all. I'm tired of getting picked on for being old. Can't
We're
stand
happy
y'all.
to have. We're happy to have our boy Derrick back. So everybody, give him a round of applause.
Whoop,
Whoop, whoop.
We
Also,
got-
I didn't-
you ain't got no soundboard with some cheer buttons or clap buttons.
Yeah, do I? I may. Let's see.
Not that one. Not that one.
Okay, it's fine. I can imagine the applause. I didn't see. Bro, put the drums down. All right.
All right.
I didn't see the chat
can't.
earlier.
Unless
Hello,
you got
Faith.
one that's gonna be a smoke detector going off, stop it.
Bro.
You don't need that sound effect. That's built in.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna happen
Built
anyway.
in.
Although by the looks of that bed in the background, I think yours is gonna do it, Derrick.
All right. What is that supposed to say? What are you
Man.
actually trying to say?
Just saying, people that don't make their bed probably don't change the batteries in their smoke.
Look at that ugly star in the background, though. Let's talk about that.
Don't be hating on my Dallas Cowboy. Look at this nerd right here, y'all. Look at him.
Whatever, bro.
Bro, you got a figurine of him in your room. Like,
Nah, that's
No, he's
don't
a-
cook the messengers. Funko Pops of
he's
me
a-
and Cullen. you didn't notice that? All right, Miss Carter, I'm about sick of you. I'm about sick of you, Miss Carter. You gone somewhere, Miss Carter. I thought we was friends. Your son talking about your fried chicken, and I had your back, but you gonna call me Diddy friend. I ain't never even. Come on now. I'm about sick of everybody. I ain't that old, and I dang sure ain't Diddy friend.
Okay. All right.
I love you though,
Well,
Miss
we're-
Tanya. I really do love you. Your son about to catch these hands though.
We're gonna start off with a game of Headbandz. So, which one of you lovely gentlemen would like to go first? You want me to go first? How we doing this?
Y'all can go first. It don't matter. Since I'm so old, let's just have me go last.
I'll go first. So what they're going
All
to
right,
do?
let me close my eyes.
Close their eyes and not cheat, like grown men that they are. And
I'm not closing my eyes, but I'm looking down.
I'm going to hold up a particular person, and then they're going to try to guess if you ever never played Headbands. So this is the person that I chose. So you guys will see. Don't put it in the chat, please. I will. Can I delete your comments? I think I
What
can.
comments?
See, close your eyes, bro.
No, you
I
said
just
something
saw
about a comment.
Bro, I just
ain't
saw
look-
your eye. I saw your whole.
And I
pupil.
know, but I was looking over here to the comments. You're over here. I was looking over here.
All right, close your eyes.
Well, don't delete
No.
your mama comments. It's okay for her
And
to
then-
say she loves me too.
No, I mean like if they said the person, not that.
Well, I
But,
can't see
close
it,
your
so it
eyes.
don't matter.
I'm gonna hold the person up for about 5 seconds, and I'll tell you when to open. This is my person. Everybody see? There's a kind of a glare. I'm pretty sure you got that. All right. Y'all can open your eyes.
Are they an actor?
You can open your eyes.
Are
No.
they an actor? No. Are they a singer or a rapper?
You gotta take turns. Let Derrick get it in.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Oh,
are
I'm
they a
just-
musician?
No.
Are they an actress?
No.
Are they a male?
Yes.
Do I go?
Are they a
against this? I got it.
comedian?
Oh.
No.
Are
Now,
they?
how they a celebrity, man? Like what they do?
Are they born after 1990?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it me?
No.
How old are they?
They're dead, so I would have.
Oh, they're not alive no more.
Yeah.
So
You
a
was worried
dead
about
male
me picking somebody
celebrity.
from this generation.
That's not a musician.
Not an actor and not a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Were they a politician?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
What were they famous for?
I can't say that.
Like no,
Were
like
they a
their
president of the
occupation.
United States?
What'd you say, Derrick?
Were they the president of the United States?
No.
What was their occupation?
I can't tell you that. It's yes or no question.
There's only so many ways somebody could be famous. They wasn't an actor. They was only kind of semi-politicians. They wasn't a musician and they wasn't a comedian. What else do people get famous for? Were they a news anchor?
What
No.
year did they die? Oh wait, you can't answer
Six-
that. Was it before 1995?
Yes.
Is it Martin Luther King?
Yes. He got it.
All right.
Yes, only yes or no questions. Christian.
Yeah, Christians, aren't they only allowed? Yeah, I've never
Justin
played this
never
before.
played hit. Oh, you never
You,
played hit?
you started to say they died in the 60s, and the only person I
Yeah,
know that died
almost
in the
said it.
60s that wasn't like that was a celebrity for something other than all the obvious ones was Martin Luther King. He was an activist.
Yeah.
All right, you'll go Derrick. I'll go last.
All right, y'all put y'all heads down.
All right.
Okay. This is my person. Hold on, don't look up yet. Here's a closer shot of them. I think y'all can tell who that is. Yeah. All right, y'all can look now.
All right.
Take the lead on this one, fella,
Just-
because you know Derrick better than I do.
I don't know. Is this person white?
Yeah.
All right.
Was this person born after the year 2000?
No.
Is this person a musician?
Not primarily, but at one point, yes.
Okay.
Is this person male?
Yeah.
White male?
Is this
Moonlighting as a
person-
musician?
Is this person tall?
What do you consider tall?
Above 5'9".
Let me hold on. I just don't know his height like that. Let me
Hey,
see.
no, okay. We can skip that question.
I'm like 5'11" and some change, right at 6 foot. Do you consider me tall?
Yeah, pretty tall.
Okay, he's tall.
Okay.
Is
My
he
mom
over
says
6
no.
feet tall?
Over 6 feet? Yes.
Okay.
I didn't think that
Okay.
until I just saw it on Google. So
Your turn, Justin. Or you want me
I
to
just
go
asked if he's
again?
over 6 feet tall,
Oh,
and he
okay.
is over 6 feet tall.
Does he have blonde hair?
he has before, but like he's not known for having blonde hair. He just
Oh.
so happens to have had it. So yes,
Okay,
but
that eliminates one of my guesses.
Well, it definitely wasn't Eminem because he said he only at one time was a musician. So it definitely wasn't Eminem.
Yeah. At one point, blonde hair.
Okay, so if he was only at one time a musician, does that mean he's primarily known to be an actor?
he is an actor, but I would not say that's primarily what he is known
Okay,
for.
so he moonlights
Okay.
as acting and musician.
Very talented.
Very multifaceted.
Is he old?
I don't want to offend nobody, but yeah.
Miss Tanya said he's buff.
You can't be Christian. I mean, Mom, you can't be giving us. We gotta ask the questions.
Yeah, that was a major hint right there.
Let's see.
Is he
Christian
Mark
said-
Wahlberg?
No.
Okay.
So is he alive?
Yes.
Okay, he's alive.
If
How-
he died,
what do
I
you
would
mean?
cry.
Wait a minute. Basic questions. We only allowed to ask yes or no questions. Like there's only so many ways you can ask a yes or no question. They got to be basic. He is alive?
Okay, let's recap.
Hang on. No. So he moonlights as acting and he moonlights as a musician. He's an over 6 foot tall buff dude who isn't currently blonde but has been blonde before.
It's not Johnny Bravo.
No, he's a real life person.
Okay.
So you say moonlight? I don't really know your exact
Moonlight
definition of
meaning
that.
you said means that's not what he's primarily known for, but he's done it.
Yeah.
So he's not primarily
Buff.
known to be a musician, and he's not primarily known to be an actor. Was he primarily known to be a comedian?
No.
Listen, leave us alone.
Once again, like,
Okay.
what is it with y'all picking these folks that ain't got like normal occupations, which make them a celebrity?
I mean, not necessarily abnormal of what he's saying. Somebody who was an actor and musician.
Yeah, but
Was
he
he
wasn't primarily
known?
known for those things. So
Was he known for doing something major?
I guess that depends on who you ask. I would say yes, but a lot of people would say no.
is he a
Trying to
voice
think.
actor?
He has done voice acting.
Golly, this dude's
This
everywhere.
guy is very talented.
Okay.
Can I tell you what he did voice acting in?
No, because that would probably give it away.
Athlete.
Can you tell us what he's primarily known for? Like, what was his major occupation? Not all the moonlighting jobs? Or would that give it away?
Look in the chat. That's his primary.
Oh,
What he was
athlete.
primarily
Okay. Oh, Larry Bird?
No.
No.
No, bro. Does he wrestle?
Well, that was his primary occupation. Yes, he no longer wrestles.
Is he John Cena?
He is John Cena.
Hey, I'm 2 for 2, baby.
It only took 50
You
guesses.
just
Although I
piggyback. You
Although I
piggyback off
didn't-
me.
That's how the game
So-
goes. But although I didn't realize he was over 6 foot tall. He seems short
I
compared
didn't
to everybody
either.
he wrestles against.
I thought the
Yeah.
same thing.
All right, I
He's
guess
just wrestling against giants.
All right, y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Close y'all's eyes.
Make sure it's somebody from this century.
I'm about to slap you through the screen. All right, y'all's eyes closed. All right, everybody.
Yes, sir.
There's a glare from my ring light. Let me see if I can get it down here. All right, everybody, y'all can see that? All right, y'all can open your eyes. Ask away.
Is he black?
No.
Well,
Okay, so
Colin,
he's
why
white.
do you assume that it's a male? Is this person a male?
Yes.
Okay, now we can assume
I
it
ju-
is a male.
I would ask that. That was one of my follow-up questions, Derrick.
Now you started
Is
off with
he? Is he? I ain't gonna say that. Is he? Does he
Nah,
have
say
a
it.
diff-
Stand on business.
I'm not
I
saying
have to
that.
tell this to my daughter all the time. She's like, she'll go to speak and she'll be like, I ain't say. I'm like, nah, what you gonna say? Say it on business.
No.
Say it.
Is he? Does he have some seasoning in his skin tone?
No, he's a white dude.
Okay. I almost said something that
I mean, you
can't
could have
be
just
clipped.
said, is he mixed? But yeah, he a white dude.
almost, I almost said, is he colored? But then I was like, I can't say that.
What? Just say, is he white? Is he black? Don't. It sounds worse
But
when
yeah-
you try to dance around the question. Just say it.
No,
Is he
but
white?
no,
Is he
I wasn't
black?
trying to
Is he
say black
Mexican?
because I was trying to say, like, you know, there's
like
different
just not
ethnicities,
white, basically.
just not white.
Is he a person of color? You say, is he colored? What? That's not.
No, he's a white dude, man.
Is he an actor?
He is an actor.
Ooh,
No
okay.
moonlighting gigs. He's just an actor.
Does he have black hair?
Usually, yeah.
Okay.
Is he Mark Wahlberg?
He is not Mark Wahlberg.
Is he?
By the way, Mark Wahlberg isn't strictly an actor. He started out as Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch. Learn your
Oh, you're
history.
right. I forgot about that.
Learn your history.
Is he tall?
I think he is kind of tall. I'm gonna Google that. I believe he is tall, but I've never really. One second.
A tall white actor with black hair.
A tall white actor. Let's see.
Is he Henry Cavill?
No.
Is he muscular?
Athletic, but not muscular, and he's sort of tall. He's a couple inches taller than me.
Your turn, Derrick.
I was gonna ask,
Athletic,
is he
but not muscular.
Hugh Jackman, but he said he's not muscular.
Is he slim?
Slim, but athletic. Yes.
Slim, athletic actor. Is he?
Is he American?
Yes.
Are his
If he's not-
movies super popular? I think I know who it is. I think
Most of them, yes.
most of them.
Most of them very popular.
Is he Keanu Reeves?
He is Keanu Reeves.
Ah, yes.
I was waiting for one of you to guess it and go, would I be in trouble if I killed his dog?
That's a super specific question.
That's why I was like, I wanted somebody to guess it first, like already know it,
Okay.
and then ask the super specific question.
You
Honestly,
said slim. You said
I've never
slim,
seen
He's
a
slim but
Keanu Reeves
athletic.
movie, so
What?
You never saw The Matrix, John Wick, Ronin,
I mean,
47 Ronin,
I know that he's in all of those.
Speed?
I just never saw them.
Oh man, movie night. Movie night.
I'm offended. Like, I've been offended before, Derrick, but you've never seen Matrix or even John Wick?
I know the premise of the Matrix. I mean, I know the premise of both of them, but
He's shaming you though. I ain't shaming you, but I'm just saying we can fix it. He's
I mean, I
shaming
could
you.
understand if you didn't see his earlier work, like Bill and Ted or Speed, because that's definitely my generation. But The Matrix, do you know how much modern day
it's like-
graphics and effects were built off of the premise that they invented for The Matrix?
I'm sorry, Christian.
Christian,
all
you ain't
of-
seen John Wick either.
It's
Pretty
just like
much
Back to the
all.
Future, where it's like
Actually-
a very iconic movie. I just never sat down and watched
Have
it.
you seen Back to the Future?
Yeah, you don't
All
understand.
right,
Derrick.
podcast over. We finna
For
watch
the
a movie.
Matrix, for the Matrix, they invented new technology just for the Matrix. And do you know how much graphics have improved based off of what they invented for this one movie?
That's cool. Do you know how they stole the script from this black lady?
Oh my God, here we go.
I mean, that is a true statement that did happen.
I didn't know that, and that is very shameful if that is true.
Yeah.
It was that and another movie that's not remotely similar to it, but they were somehow the same story. I forgot which one it was. But yeah, I don't know those
That's
movies.
what you know, but except for not watching the awesome movies that they are.
This is what I think people
I
are gonna.
bet you ain't never seen The Wizard of Oz either.
Which one?
The original one.
I've never seen
I
that.
probably saw it, but I just don't.
Cullen
really
already
remember.
told me he saw the Michael Jackson version of Oz.
Yeah, I've seen Oz.
Oh, is it called Oz or The Oz or
it's
something?
it's called The Oz.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. I mean, that was a good movie.
No, I think I have
Yeah.
seen the original Wizard of Oz.
With Judy Garland, it starts out in black and white, but then the technology changed halfway through filming, so they made the Oz scenes in color, but the other scenes where she's back at home in Kansas in black and white.
I don't remember it being in black and white.
Had the
but-
little person swinging in the background.
Okay, no, I don't know. It would have been years ago.
I can't.
Apparently, we don't get the TikTok comments, but I see Cody Murphy up in TikTok. I'm just now catching up on all of the his comments.
Oh, is TikTok comments not coming through the Riverside?
No, it doesn't. That's why I was saying like TikTok comments doesn't come through, or Riverside comments only comes. I only see those.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, at least you can keep up with them. I mean, I have it
Yeah.
over here on my phone, but I mean, I'm not like looking at it.
But alrighty, guys, we're gonna transition into our next phase of the
Hold on.
podcast.
Remember, you said I could have 30 seconds.
Okay. So Justin had some hate mail last episode, so he would like to address all the allegations against him. They told him, "You have
No.
8 minutes."
Go ahead. Give it a preface. Give it a preface. Give it
Okay.
a preface.
So Justin made a comment about, I don't even remember how we even got to the whole conversation. Oh yeah, we were reacting to a video that happened. Was it in Memphis or was it somewhere else?
It was somewhere else, but the conversation was about
Some-
rage baiting and
Yeah. This lady, she was, I guess, yelling at some black dude up in line in the gas station. And then she called him the N-word, not ER, but with the A.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there was an ER on that mug. She had malice in
She
her
said
heart.
A. She said
Oh,
A.
did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
but
said you
malice
just
was
wanted
still
it.
there.
Yeah. And so it provoked him to rage.
Hey,
Cody
Cody's
is
on
now on
YouTube
YouTube. It provoked him to rage, and he proceeded to lift her off the ground by her throat and drag her across the shelves. And so,
I mean, her feet were dangling in the air like this.
and we were talking about how anger, if we let anger control us, we're gonna end up with the most consequences. And so that lady said something. Yeah, she got thrown across some shelves, but at the end of the day, he going to jail for battery.
Right.
So he said that we should. He made a comment saying that we shouldn't let words, bring us to that point. And he said if we stop reacting to it, people will stop using them as kind of like a weapon.
That's correct.
But some people took that differently. Somebody in particular made a long comment about Justin, some hate mail, and said he had some terrible takes, but we're gonna let him address that person if they're here. I'm not sure if they're here
All
or
right.
not.
So
but
first of all, I'm not mad. Let me just clear that out the way. I think everybody is entitled to their opinion, and we all have different opinions, different takes on things. And maybe I minced my words a little bit by comparing it to slang that has fizzled out. But the overarching point I was trying to make is, I personally believe that the N-word will stop having the effect that it has on people if people would stop allowing themselves to be so triggered by it. I'm not trying to negate or dismiss people's feelings, because I know that word has been used in hateful, racist ways for so many years. I'm just saying that people aren't going to stop using it in a hateful way until people stop reacting to it, because you're just giving those people what they want. That's what I'm saying. It's so in the example of that video, that lady was trying to trigger the person she was talking to. She didn't trigger him. She triggered somebody else that was in the store that came walking up from the cut. That individual said, nah, it ain't going down like that. But, personally, I think that the N-word's effects of the malice behind it, especially that hard R, right? I think those effects will fizzle out faster if people would stop allowing them to be triggered by it. At the end of the day, as hateful and as racist that word is, it's still just a word. And there was once a time when we taught kids this. We used to teach kids that sticks and stones may break our bones, but words can never hurt us. Somewhere along the way, that changed, and now people are offended by everything. But specifically, and again, and I want to hear y'all's opinion on this, because at the end of the day, I'm just the white guy in the room. As a man, take the color out of it. As a man, if someone calls me a-hole all the time and that word triggers me, people are going to continue to call me an a-hole just because they know it triggers me. I don't like being called old, and y'all call me old or insinuate I'm old all the time.
So, I apologize.
I don't think
no, it's fine, because I see it. I mean, I don't know. I know that there's no true malice there, right? But racists are going to be racist as long as you allow racists to affect you. If you stop,
they're going to be racist as long as they're going to be racist.
As long as they're alive, but I'm just saying, I think those racist generations will pass on, and that word will stop having negative intent behind it at some point, probably sooner than later, if people would stop allowing themselves to be triggered by it. And I know that's easier said than done, right? Because, again, it's a very hateful word. It's been used for hundreds of years, right, with racial intent. Yeah. So, but you also have to admit that these days you got the hard R, and then you got the A, and they have two completely different meanings depending on who's saying it and who they're saying it to. And so you have to consider that. Yeah, exactly, Christian. People only have the power against you that you give them. So when you allow yourself to be triggered by something, you're giving them what they want. That's the overarching point. If the individual that made that comment, if I offended you, obviously, I do apologize. I just was trying to make the overarching point of control your emotions and control your reactions, and you take that power away from those people. And that's all I'll say.
I have no qualms.
Now, there was another individual that called me by name, and that dude.
I thought that's what we were talking about.
No. We were talking about the one that made the comment because you had screenshot. And people said it was an L take. But then the other dude started insinuating some things about hypocrisy and stuff. Let me tell you something. I invite you to come on the show, and we can debate face to face, since you know me. Since you know me enough to call me by my government name in a private message under anonymous. Let me tell you something. Stand, like I said to Cullen, don't be anonymous. Stand on business. Put your name out there, bruh. This is Memphis, man. Stand on business.
All right. Well, we're finna reel back in. We were supposed to address the one conversation. Oh, my God. That's going to be a clip right there.
At nowhere in this did y'all hear me say anything other than N-word.
I mean, you said it.
Man, I thought that was the comment.
Or
that
did
he
I
was
say
addressing this
I
whole
N?
I know. I thought
WARD.
that was the comment he was addressing too. He had nothing nice to say about that person. But
Nah, the
anyways,
dude
we're
that-
going. I'm cutting 5 minutes out of your time to speak at the end. So
Although low key, I think it was Derrick that sent that message because I feel like they knew us.
I still don't know what message. Well, I know the long screenshot he sent. I don't know this other message.
No, the long
talking about?
screenshot, the one that sent it anonymously on
he
Riverside.
thought you sent that.
Look, bro, that's something Cullen might do. Get a fake phone and a fake name and start.
I low key
texting
feel like it
people.
could have been Cullen too, because he does text you from fake phone numbers starting this.
Did y'all tell that story on air already?
No.
Or-
No,
We
Like,
we gonna save
I'll do it
that
at the
for
end.
next week.
I'll say that. I'll tell him at the end. We'll tell at the end.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get
Desmond.
Go ahead and get going.
Yeah, Desmond.
Desmond.
We're gonna go ahead and get going, and we're gonna be talking about our next topic, answering the call. How each of us were called by Jesus. We're gonna be kind of be pretty brief, and give us some background. So, who would like to go first? I always go first. So, who else is gonna go first?
Well,
Or
I know
unless you
Justin
need me
wanted
to go first
last.
unless you want me to go first to lead the kind of way.
Yeah, I think
You already know where I stand on this, Cullen, so respectfully, I would like to go last.
Okay. What about you, Derrick? You want to go first? Me first?
I think you should go first and set it up.
Okay. Well, I guess to start us off, for those who are watching who don't know, my name is Cullen Jackson. I was born and raised here in Memphis, Tennessee. Born Southern Baptist, as my mom would confirm in the chat, probably. We went to Middle Baptist when I was young, and I, of course, went to church like every normal kid does with their family and stuff. And, of course, I was a kid and did not pay attention, and I did not, really take it seriously. And I remember at one point in time, it was asked of me if I wanted to be saved, and I said yes. I didn't know what that meant at the time, and I got baptized. Didn't really understand what that meant as well, looking back at it. And I kind of, after that, I went in, got baptized, and went out, and I was still the same person as I was beforehand. And I knew that I believed in God. I never put my faith and trust in God. And so, fast forward through middle school, I meet this guy named Zach Lee. It was 7th grade, and we were in yearbook together, and we joked around, and we became best friends. We were friends in football, and then we did try out for basketball together as well. And kind of grew apart. I mean, I grew apart purposely, but grew apart because he moved to Texas, and I kind of continued my life through school. Started up music. I did secular music, and that didn't. I grew up at Bellevue Baptist. Yes, that was actually I spent most of my time at Bellevue, but yeah.
You talking about that big old church in Cordova?
Yeah, that's where I went since I was second,
Dang.
3rd grade.
That
Yeah,
church
I
is
went there.
huge. That's like a convention center.
Yeah, it was. I went there 2nd grade, all throughout till I was, I want to say, in high school. So, but fast forward back. Well, I guess that's still fast forward. Hanging out with Zach, we kind of disconnected when he moved away, and it was my junior year of high school when Zach moved back, and he was in a art class that I was in, and we kind of rekindled our friendship, and he invited me to his house to play basketball and have a cookout. And I went up and I showed up and didn't know a single person there, of course, but everybody was very welcoming and very, very friendly to me, even though I didn't know me. I felt weird because I knew these were like really, really church people, and I knew that I was not like that because the way I was living, it just did not represent what Christ called us to be and to look like. And so I, you know, hung out, just treated it like any other normal night. And that night, he asked me to go to church camp with him. He said the sign up deadline's passed, but I really want you to go. Camp is in 2 days. I know it's a long shot, but you can ask your parents. And so I asked my parents. I think that night I didn't want to go, but I was like, they're gonna say no anyway. But then they ended up saying yes, and so I ended up going to church camp. I was there.
I didn't want to go.
I didn't want to go, and I knew they were gonna say no, but then they ended up saying yes. So I was like, well, looking back at it, I'm like, that was God thing. But ended up going, and
From the parents' perspective, you got to tell us what you want. You know how many times my daughter used to come to me and say, hey, so-and-so wants to know if I can, they got him on the phone. So-and-so wants to know if I can spend the night tonight. And then she'd be mouthing.
yeah, I just assumed they were gonna say no. It's in 2 days, going on a trip with people they don't know. So
It's church though, and if you grew up in church, like,
yeah, but they didn't know these folks.
I mean, yeah, the whole it's church though. That's not a valid
Yeah.
That's not a valid statement at all. Because
that was a valid statement when I was a
churches.
kid.
No,
Yeah, I mean, I guess in
was-
this modern day, that's just not a valid point.
yeah.
Cullen
But,
ain't that young. When he was a kid, it wasn't modern day.
it was a little bit different than it is now. A little
I'm sorry,
bit,
get
but
back to your testimony.
yeah.
Sorry.
Went to church camp. I was there for the basketball and then the food and the hanging out and everything. And I sat through the sermons. There were sermons every night around like 7 o'clock. We would sit through and listen to Anders preach, and he would preach every single day. Anders, by the way, is Zach's father. So I would sit and I would listen to him preach, and then I felt God chisel away at me every single night, and I was ignoring it and ignoring it and ignoring it. And then the last night, Anders was preaching through the book of Titus and what it means to be a believer, what your life should look like, and how you should be following Christ. And I was looking at that, and then I was looking at my life, and he was like, for those who don't follow Christ, don't give their life to Christ, hell is the alternative of that. And I was like, my life looks nothing like that. I was like, I don't pray. I don't read my Bible. I don't, I have no relationship with God. And, I was being stubborn, and I love to tell people this because it just was a real moment for me. And I was being stubborn with God. I was like, God, if you send somebody to talk with me, then I will surrender to you. And not even like 4 seconds later, somebody tapped Zach's younger brother Reagan, tapped me on my shoulder, and kind of guided me out, like kind of made a little face gesture at me and walked out the church in the middle of service. And then I got up and I was like, dang, I guess I got to follow through. And then we walked down to a park bench, and we sat by the park on the bench, and our youth pastor there, Justin, at the time, he was like, I've been waiting for you and praying for you this whole week, and, praying that God kind of break me down. And so it was June 25th, 7:30 p.m. I remember I gave my life to Christ at the park bench. After that, I went and deleted all the secular music that I had made up until that point. I had like 3 albums at the time. I deleted all those from all platforms. I cleared my my playlist and everything, and I decided I wanted to live for God. And since then, there's been ups and downs and trials that I've gone through. For people who know me personally, I've gone through some stuff, but Christ has always been that constant in my life, and he guides. Basically, I try to let him guide every decision that I make. Sometimes Cullen gets in the way of it, but for those who don't know Christ, I I highly suggest if you have that feeling inside to listen to that call. I mean, I was being stubborn because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, but I know life is so much better ever since I gave my life over. And if you're a youth out there listening, or if you somebody who just comes across this video, if you've been battling with that decision, I think that's the best decision you would ever made, and I don't think you'll ever regret it. And I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy afterwards. You know, I've had my struggles. I've taken my punches to the chin, but Christ will lift you back up. And one thing I want to say is, aside from that, a good message to say that I've come to realize is that you're not holding Christ up. Christ is holding you up. And I always say, I'm sorry, God, for letting you down, when really I never let him down, because he was never holding me up. I mean, I was never holding him up. And so even when you say, I've gone too far, you're never too far, because Christ is right there, right behind you, and he's looking out for you and calling to you constantly. So that's basically my testimony. I mean, if y'all ever want to hear kind of like a full in-depth kind of thing, happy to have a conversation with you. If you want to hear more detail and stuff, I think it's probably some of the first time people listening have heard my testimony, but that's just the short version. So don't want to spend a whole hour here talking your ear off, but yeah. Your turn, Derrick.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful testimony, first of all.
I've heard stories
before
about-
we move on. That's a beautiful testimony, man. It really is.
yeah.
Thank
I've
you.
heard stories
I
about
appreciate
BC Cullen. Like, it's actually comical, like how different that.
Because you
version
can't
of
imagine him
sound.
being anything other than what he is now, right?
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna say anything that I've heard that you told me, but some of the stuff you told me, I'm just like, bruh, there ain't no way you was doing that.
It was funny when I first hung out with Zach. Anders had said, "I don't want you hanging out with that kid. He's
That
a
is
bad
hilarious.
influence."
That is hilarious.
And Zach kind of pulled the past. He wasn't a pastor, of course. He was his kid at the time, but he pulled the car. He said, "Dad, I thought you said that we're supposed to reach the lost and make disciples." And he was saying this in tears. I didn't find this out till like last year that this conversation happened. But he was like, "I thought you're supposed to reach the lost, and Cullen is my friend, and I want him to meet Jesus." And I was like, when I heard that, I was like, kind of crushed my little soul there. Hearing that, I just found it out last year.
What's Anders supposed to say to that?
Yeah, I was like, "You the pastor?" He's like, and it was just like, "Dang!" I was like, "You got me there." But now he ends up. Now he's like family, so yeah, it's crazy story, but definitely, I wouldn't change anything. So
Yeah. For my testimony, I feel like it can really go, like I could really go in so many different directions with it, because like God has like brought me out of so many different things, and a lot of stuff still a work in progress, but I can already like see the first steps coming in. I guess like a little bit of background, I was also just kind of brought up in a Christian household, but like I realized this when I got older, like nobody, unless I just wasn't paying attention, but nobody ever really just like explained the gospel and salvation to me. Like when I was younger, it was always in my head, just you go to church and you be good, you do good person stuff and you go to heaven. So, and then I was like consistently in church until I was probably like 15-ish. I think that's about the time I stopped going. And my friend Noah, he ended up marrying Anders' daughter. So he's like the aforementioned Zach's brother-in-law now. Me and him, we were friends in like ninth grade, like literally 10 years ago. And like while we were in high school, even though I wasn't saved and I didn't know Jesus myself, in our friendship, I was kind of the, I guess, positive influence in a way. So a lot of times he would say things and then I would kind of like talk about Jesus in a way, like talking about Jesus as if I knew him. but I really didn't know anything. Um, and then over time, I would like after we graduated and stuff, I just started to like drift farther and farther away from church and everything like that, to the point in like 2022, I was really on like a following this like manifestation type of thing. And honestly, like I'm not even saying that that stuff's not real, because like it does work. It's just the fact that that's pursuing your own will over God's will. So that's why I know it's wrong still. But during that, it really, I just drifted so far off. But the there was like this one particular belief in that, and it was saying that basically humans, like humanity, that we are God, and that Jesus wasn't real. And even though I wasn't saved, that was the one line that I just could not bring myself to cross, was to like to say that. And then like Noah, he was kind of in on it with me, but I think he also kind of didn't want to cross that line. And then somewhere along the line, he was, because we were both broken people, he ended up going to play football with some guys, and that's where he met Zach, like Cullen mentioned. And Zach is just so good at reeling people into the body of Christ. You know, he invited Noah to church, and at some point Noah went, ended up becoming involved, and then one day Noah, he technically tricked me into coming to Central, but I'm very grateful that he did, because I used to like work on Sunday mornings, so I couldn't go to church if I wanted to, but I would get off of work like at 11, which is right around the time Central gets out, and we made plans for me, Noah, and one of our friends to meet up after I got off of work. And we're just like, okay, cool, where we're gonna meet up at? And Noah's like, oh, you guys just come meet me at the church that I go to. Here's the address, and yeah, we'll go out to eat. And that's how he tricked me, because I thought it was just gonna be us, but he ended up having like pretty much his whole like church friend group come with us to lunch and everything. So that's where I met Zach and Zach's brother Simon. I met everybody there. I got I got to re-meet Logan for the first time in like since we had graduated high school, and that's where I met Faith at too. So I got introduced to this entire family of people out of nowhere that I was not expecting to meet, but they were all just so like welcoming to me, and I could just tell like that there was something different about this type of people versus the people that I was normally hanging out with. And yeah, a couple weeks later, I was like, God, if this is a church that like, if this is a church that teaches the truth and everything, just like give me an opportunity to go there on like a Sunday, like for service. And then literally maybe that next week, I was just randomly not scheduled to work on Sunday, and I was like, well, I guess that's got to be God telling me to go ahead and go to this church. So I went ahead and went, and yeah, I was there. I felt very out of place, and all the people there did a good job at making me feel like I belonged there in a way. And then the very next week, I was also not scheduled to work on the Sunday, and it was just like, that's really, it didn't, like, that should not have happened. I don't really remember what was going on. So then I went back to church that next week as well, and ended up telling my manager that I'm going to church now, so I kind of want Sundays off. And she was like really respectful of that. So over the course of that like next 2 months, somewhere along the lines, I said like the prayer that Anders does at the end of service, like if you don't know Christ and you want to. And I said that prayer, and I didn't even realize that I was saved yet, because I didn't understand how salvation really worked. I'm still thinking like work-based salvation or whatever. So I said the prayer, received salvation without even realizing it. And then a couple weeks later, Anders invited me out to go have lunch. And while we were talking, he was trying to like tell me about salvation and all that. And I was like, yeah, I said the prayer. And his reaction like made me understand. I was like, oh, like that's it. Like, putting faith in Jesus is all it takes to save us. So then I started to understand more. And then, yeah, it's just been like God has taken me out of the anxiety and depression that I used to be in, and now it's like a 180 because like y'all don't know how I was before all of that, but yeah, it's been a lot of change.
For those who have never really met Derrick, seeing Derrick now, especially just speaking on the podcast, is completely different than whenever I first met him. And I don't even remember you just coming to Central for the first time. I just remember you were there, and I was like, "Oh, there's another black dude here." And so that was that was one thing that kind of popped up. But I was like, I don't ever remember you just like popping up. I remember Noah coming first, but I don't remember you. I met Noah at football, playing football, but I think I caught a glimpse of you from the stage whenever I was doing like
Yeah,
I was doing announcements or
you
something.
did welcome on my first time being there, and I was like,
Yeah.
really, like I was like, there's no way that like there's like primarily all white people here, but like the first guy that walked out on stage was black. I remember thinking that and thinking that was funny, but I also remember being like, man, there's like just one other black guy. I don't want to just go try to be friends with him because he's black. Like that's kind of, I don't want to do that. But then later when I was talking to Brad Scott and he told me that you're a graphic designer, I was like, okay, cool. I'll talk to him about that. So that was actually what led to
Yeah, I
me
remember
talking to Colin.
you made a comment on my phone wallpaper or something.
Oh yeah, because you
I
had Shanks
did.
on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that. But yeah, Derrick is completely different. He would barely even eat next to us. But now he
I mean,
now
I could
he's on a
say
podcast.
even
so.
in the couple years I've known Derrick, I mean, he's come out of his shell so much, even in the last couple years.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy what Jesus does to you. It changes you completely. So
And one more thing to add on to that, growing up, like I would be in church and I'd see the preacher and I just know I remember thinking stuff like, man, I would never want to do that. I would just absolutely hate to be up there. Lo and behold, God called me to ministry myself, and yeah, so I literally just announced that publicly on this past Sunday. Just did my first devotional this past Wednesday. So that's,
yes,
yeah, it's like crazy how that works.
Derrick got called to ministry and he preached his first devotional on Wednesday night, and he did an amazing job. And we were very happy for him. So
I did all right.
no, you did
I
pretty
missed
good,
it,
bro.
but I'm waiting for the video.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to think most people, not a lot of people can do that. I've done it once. He made me freaking preach a Sunday morning, which I was freaking nerve wracked for that. But so I was scared I was gonna go 10 minutes and preach, but I did get to preach a Sunday morning, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, God is
Great testimony, Derrick.
Yeah, God has done a lot with Derrick, with me, and now we're gonna hear a little bit about Justin and where he wants to dive in. So, if he wants to,
I'm not gonna do the whole story just because I've got about 20 plus more years of life experience, and I would need probably a whole episode if I told the whole story from the beginning. But I will say this, that you know, I was a youth pastor more than once. I've been an evangelist, preaching, singing, but I've also been a sinner, and my faith has been strong and my faith has been weak, and I've had really high highs and I've had really low lows, all the way to the point where it was just, I want to say roughly 2012. I never really said it out loud, but I was kind of a full-blown atheist, and a lot of things were happening, and eventually, you know, through just a little spark of hope, I found my way back to Christ. And you know, it's, my journey is a difficult one. I'm a bit of a, like Derrick said, I'm a broken person. You know, I struggle with anxiety. I struggle with depression. I struggle with PTSD from my time in the military. And You know, and I'm really honest about it. I mean, I missed church a couple days ago or a couple weeks ago, and I said, sorry guys, depression won the battle this morning. I'm not coming. Couldn't get out of bed. And but then just like the very next week, I was the exact opposite. I woke up early and I felt good and went to Waffle House on the way to church because I had time to kill, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I'd rather just make the overarching point of you may give up on God multiple times, like I did, but God never gave up on me. When I had completely given up on everything, God put the right people at the right time in my life, and just all it took was a little spark. Well, it's one of the cool things about light and darkness. You know, darkness isn't a real thing. Darkness is just a void. Darkness is the absence of light. So what does that mean? That means that at no point in time ever can darkness overpower light. So you could be in the darkest room possible, and there could be just the tiniest flicker of a spark or a flame, and you will always be able to see that small spark or flame. Because
I like that.
yeah, so you can't take away something that is real in a situation where something doesn't exist. Darkness is, we have a name for it, but it's not a real thing. It's simply the absence of light. The same with cold. Cold is not a real thing. Cold is simply the absence of heat. So in a pretty dark and cold world, God is always going to be, he's always going to be able to be felt and be seen if you will allow yourself to look for him and feel for him.
Absolutely.
So I will leave it at that.
Absolutely. You know, God, like you said, we can walk away from God. We can go through trials and it make us numb. And, you know, we turn our backs and we give our life to sin and we start walking in sin and we look dirty. And, but the Lord, you know, he is faithful to be with us. He is faithful to chase after us after and after again. And, you know, no matter how far you've gone, no matter, you know, how bad you feel and how dirty you feel, it is never too late to give your life to Christ. He is open arms waiting for you to come back home. And I mean, just like the prodigal son, the story, I mean, there's more levels to that story, but again, you know, son goes off into the world and acts a fool and then has to tuck his tail and come back, and him thinking the father is going to be angry and, you know, bitter. The father comes running to him. Mm-hmm. And I think a cool thing I learned about that story is, I guess like a little snippet, in those times, for a man to run is not seen manly during the time of, you know, the time of the Bible in that time.
It's because they didn't have pants on. They wore them big dress like clothes anyway. So
he would
ran, you couldn't make big steps. Yeah, and he was.
So he had to pick up his garments like a lady
yes.
and run to his son. And so that's the picture of, you know, the Christ running to us. Mm-hmm. And so I believe that, you know, no matter how far, based on scripture, I believe no matter how far you've gone, the Christ is there. And he's, you know, he's waiting on you. He's just waiting on you to, you know, you got to want it. And like Justin said, it just takes that spark. Put the right people around you, get you a couple brothers like this, and iron sharpens iron. You know, we look out for each other, and, you know, we pour into each other, and we may joke a lot and poke fun at each other. But at the end of the day, you know, we love each other. And
there is a very large amount of love between the three people you're looking at right now. And that is the absolute truth.
Even when they're late to church, you know, we still poke fun. Derrick's always late. So it's
okay. So the thing is, you said even when they're late to church, that could apply to all three of us. Like,
yeah, we've been all late.
Even when they quit the podcast.
I mean, he's saying that, but it's kind of true. Like, because honestly, I wasn't really expecting it to be taken as well as they did take it. Like when I just drop a bombshell, like, yeah, guys, I'm I'm leaving, but
Yeah, we
were
never
ha-
even
I
kicked
mean,
him out of the group chat or anything.
Yeah, he's still in our podcast group chat, so he gets all the updates
I mean,
and stuff.
it's physically impossible to kick someone out of a group chat that only has 3 people in it, so y'all don't get an option, but you know.
But yeah, I did kick him out of our Fortnite group chat though. So
Yeah, that was a while back.
he stopped playing with us, even though we've been wanting him to come back. So, but
They
that's
finally
a whole
stopped
nother
asking
story.
me. So
Yeah, you sold your stuff, bro. I don't know what we asked you all the time, but yeah, but we have
it
get
was
you
the
a couple.
pressure, man. When it got to a point where it's like people were expecting me to play all the time, it made me not want to play.
But yeah, but in all seriousness, all it takes is that little spark and that little flame, and you just, Christ is there, and He will. If you pray to Him, God put the right people around me to light this fire that I need in me. He's there to listen. He's gonna listen, and He works in funny ways, and so,
Speaking of
all our
working in funny
stories.
ways, why don't you tell us who Desmond is, Cullen?
Okay, let me finish what I'm saying, and I'll tell the quick story, and then we'll end it for the night. Let these folks go back to their families. I'm sure my wife will be knocking on my door soon. But, dang, you made me mess up. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. All of our stories, we have our individual stories. You've heard a little bit from all 3 of ours, and we like to hear your stories. So if you would like to leave us a comment or something, DM us or something. We love to hear your story and how God has worked in your life, or if you haven't had that moment, if you need somebody to talk to, I'm sure all 3 of us are interested in just hearing from you and loving to love on you and minister to you. We can be friends. Our group chat is never too big, so we always love to add people, and maybe one day we get a replacement for Derrick. So put on the podcast. So a 3rd person. So we'll do interviews.
You never know.
So,
Maybe
or Derrick
one day,
come back.
Maybe one day God calls me somewhere and they got to interview a new color commentator.
Golly.
Somebody that ain't afraid to spit out the controversial takes. And
Well, hopefully Justin don't go nowhere.
I ain't going nowhere.
But yeah, so we want to hear from you. We want to hear your story. So comment below your story. We love to hear it. We love to love on you. If you don't know Christ, to talk to you, and just let His love pour through us to you. But to end us out, I will tell the little story of a prank that I did on Justin and Derrick separate times. First,
It worked
starting
as
off
well
with
on
Justin.
me as it did with Derrick.
Yeah.
I knew that it was one of y'all. I just thought it was Justin.
I made a fake phone number and was messaging Justin over and over. He was ignoring me, and finally I just kept blowing him up and doing threats. And then he was like, I forgot, what did you say back to me? He's like, who is this? You got the wrong person. And I was pretending to look for his son, Jason. I was like, ain't this Jason? I was like, where my money at, bro? I said, I need my money by tomorrow. It's going to be some problems, bro. And Justin was coming on strong, like arguing with me. He was like, come on then. Then he tried to call me from the fake number. And
I'm definitely somebody that stands on business. Like, don't text it.
Yeah.
Call me. Let's have this
he
conversation.
started calling me. I was eating dinner. I was like, dang, he called me. So I was like, and I kept pushing it. And then finally, we were about to do the podcast tonight. I did the whole thing just to rile him up for the podcast. And
Yeah, I'll pause on that. So you hear that, right? Like, they give me a hard time for getting they give me a hard time for getting all stirred up, but they also be intentionally trying to stir me up.
But
So then, at some point, Desmond got a hold of my number and told me that Justin gave him my number, claiming that it was Justin's number. So He was saying like, yeah, my coworker Justin Cook gave me this number. I wasn't even gonna be like, bro, I'm not Justin, but I know Justin. I was just like, bro, no, I'm not Justin. My name Andrew, bro. Because I'm like, who is this for one? I see that it's a 901 number, and I'm like, this could be anybody. I got the
Yeah.
messages right here. He was like, he said, I got something for him though. I'm about to pull up on that man right now. And I was like, hey, I hope you get your money, but like, don't do nothing too crazy. And then later, like hours later, the same day, he says, hey, cuh, I think you is Justin and you dodging me, bro. Quit playing with me. You got one more day, all caps. And I was just like, and the whole time, I'm right here working on an assignment that I'm doing for school. So like I have my phone on like do not disturb. He was calling me and I'm just like, man, I'm not finna answer this. He said, and then I was like, bro, why do you think I'm Justin? And this is where he messed up. He said, you gave it to me, bro. Talking about the number. He's like, you gave it to me, bro. That's how he spells bruh. B-R-U. And I was like, I know one person that spells bruh this way. And I was like, nah, Justin gave you the wrong number. And he says, all right, bro. And I'm like, this is Justin. Like,
Because that's
get
how
that out.
that's how I spell bruh.
And I knew Justin says it like that, so that's why I spelt it like that.
Yeah, I figured.
Just in case he would try to catch on to the trail of me. But I
But
told
the
him
next-
Sunday morning.
The next morning,
It's Sunday morning in church, and this is still going down.
like the next morning, as we're in the, I think me and you were both in the sound room that day, and
Yeah.
Justin was like, I think he was sitting with Christian, so
Mm-hmm.
he said something, and then I implied that Desmond was Justin, and then
Mm-hmm.
Justin looked at me so confused, like I thought we were on the same page. It's clearly Colin, but I was just like,
Yeah. I thought he was catching on that Cullen was the problem here. Next
Yeah,
thing I
he
know,
text-
he thinks it's me. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Justin
Wait a minute.
texted me. He's like, if you don't tell this man that it's you.
That's crazy.
Oh, man, that was funny. But
Cullen is
we love
definitely
each-
the. I know people probably think I'm the prankster of the group, but I'm not. Cullen is definitely the prankster of the group.
You can ask my family. I mean, I love prank. I love a good prank. I made my brother and sister think that our house got robbed. They were coming home from school, and I got home early. I usually come home after them, but I was like, let me prank them. And so I flipped every piece of furniture we had in the house, in the living room, the couch and everything.
You hear that, right, Miss Tanya?
And they started walking into the door. Well, I left the door cracked. I didn't lock it or anything. I just left it barely open. And then they were like, what the heck? I was listening
Did
to
you
them.
duct tape your hands and mouth and go get in a closet?
I act like I was a burglar still in there. And then
Oh,
I said,
Lord.
I made a bunch of noise and I was like, who is that? And then they dropped everything, running down the street, shoes falling off and everything. Man, I was,
bro, what do you gain from that? Like,
oh. And then I pranked my mom. I made her think that I shaved my little bald. I removed all his hair in Photoshop. And then she called me immediately just mad.
Should have gave
So-
him a mohawk.
Yeah, I had to send you the picture, but yeah, it was funny.
That is funny.
Yeah,
Hopefully, it was a better
Listen,
Photoshop than the one you put next to me with Diddy.
bro, that
listen,
wasn't
that's
Photoshop.
real. That's real, bro.
Then why Diddy's hand white, bruh?
That baby oil.
His whole body white except for one hand. And it's my hand.
Okay, no, I was saying that wasn't Photoshop because that's disrespectful to
That was the worst
attribute
AI.
AI generated to
ever
Photoshop.
done.
Those are two completely different things.
I
That
don't
was
know
the
what you're
worst
talking about.
AI generated video ever.
But anyways, I think we're gonna end the episode there. But it was nice having all of y'all. For those who stuck around and listened, beautiful stories. God's working through all the three of us, but all three of us together as well. And iron sharpens iron. So if you don't have those people, pray for God to put those people in your life. And we love to hear your story. Comment below. And if you don't know Christ, I highly suggest you look into knowing Him because it will change your life. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week with another episode of Don't Cook the Messenger. We'll talk to y'all later.
Who asked? Everybody mad at the truth. I just pass. I don't load the clip. I don't cock it back. I just carry what you ordered in the paper bag. If the mirror got you feeling kinda triggered, ain't my fault that the picture getting bigger. You can hate the words, you can hate the tone, but I ain't pulling nothing. I just read it off the phone. Don't shoot the messenger. We just speak our mind. You could take it, you can leave it, but the message still arrives.